Cheerio all. Okay. 2001 baby commented on a video or two ago that Cheerio is the way to say goodbye. Well, I had heard that it's also a greeting or a hello. So I looked it up, and 2001 baby is correct. It is more commonly used to say goodbye, but it's also used as a toast or a salutation. So if I ever go viral, you guys can say, that's the Cheerio girl. So Cheerio. Okay, I'm back to the Armchair Detective documentary. First off, I misunderstood. I thought the documentary was only available in the UK. It's not available in the UK. The man, I've said this prior, he's so arrogant, it gets painful. You want to reach through the screen and smack him. He is absolutely correct that he did not get any credit for figuring out that Bella and Celeste were alive that morning. Even in the Wisconsin interview with Graham and Tammy and Baumhauer, Graham says, "Are you sure the girls were alive that morning?" So nobody has even, the FBI has never even confirmed with the shadow stuff the way Armchair Detective did. But again, I stopped watching him because he got on my nerves because his because his freaking head got too big. But anyway, okay. So now it's they've watched her, and other people are trying to figure out what the real Watts family is. The police have figured it out. That there's a Watts family that's online, and there's a Watts family that's real. And of course, the online family, beautiful house. Hey, I will say this. She had great taste. Her decorating was almost everywhere. I really liked it. There were a couple of things I thought were kind of tacky and stupid. But for the most part, she had pretty good taste. So I give her that. But they, oh my goodness, anyway. Oh, the two families. So the online family, wonderful. Now the real Watts family has $70,000 in credit card debt. And you say, oh my goodness, that's crazy. Well, 3 years prior, they had discharged $90,000 in credit card debt. Okay, well how are they even given that much credit again after a bankruptcy? It's almost the credit company's fault for handing these two people who were obviously very irresponsible with their spending. Many different people talk about how Shannon was a whiz with money. No, she wasn't. She was able to figure out which bill had to be paid before the utilities were cut off. And I guarantee there were a time or two of their lives where they went to turn on their DirecTV, and there was no DirecTV. But my goodness, all the medical bills. I'm sorry, they had health insurance, and so any medical bills that they had were for procedures that the insurance company deemed not necessary, like the neck surgery. Apparently they had a $25,000 bill for that. Well, if that had been medically necessary, the insurance company would have covered it for Shannon. But is anyone else surprised that she had a neck surgery? Remember, this is a Munchausen woman. This is a woman who gets off on other people feeling sorry for her. Okay, then they talk about the HOA dues. Remember, Shannon was mailing to the wrong address for a year. Okay. Okay. Then where's the money? You're $204 a month or whatever. You mailed the check, and I guess she didn't balance her checkbook at the end of each month to figure out that check hasn't cleared. But if you've mailed that check, you're not spending the money if the check's been mailed. Well, then you've got that $2,400, that $200 a month for the whole year, don't you? And sitting in your bank account? Oh, maybe you don't. That's the biggest crock of crap. Remember, I'm a mailman. We forward the mail. Mail lasts for 6 months. I think for businesses it even lasts longer. But where I work, the forward can be passed, and you get something, you go, oh, I remember the Bowmans moved, and you walk over and take it to the route that they moved to. So her excuse is even dumb. Had Chris sat there for a second, he would have thought, well, what is in the mail for? But, they were being sued now for this. ridiculous. Again, how is she going to broadcast next month, the very next month, from a 2-bedroom apartment about how great and wonderful her life was? And remember, what apartment complex was going to allow them to sign a lease? My goodness. This I just thought about was funny. For whatever reason, they brought up that Ring doorbell camera. Do you think that Chris disabled that Ring doorbell camera on his own so that Shannon couldn't see what was going on? What's funny is we hear about that at the beginning when she leaves and goes to North Carolina, but then we don't hear about it again. So he's either convinced her that Ring is mailing the accessory that is needed or something. But we know it wasn't active because NK went in the house 2 times, and I do believe she was only there twice. And then my last thing that I thought was kind of interesting, this comes up in the documentary, but it reminded me of some of the police interviews. And Jeremy Lindstrom said that he had to unfriend Shannon on Facebook because he was tired of being inundated. It was just constant. She was very, very insecure. But he also said that if you ever saw a new disease being advertised on television, Shannon had it. She had it. I found that as quite an amusing insight to someone who knows her so well. Okay, if you're still watching, I'm shocked. Thank you so much. Please hit like, hit subscribe. God bless America.